It's the Hump Day edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. We're going to get this online a little earlier than usual this evening because the Indians game comes on at 7, and if you think I'm doing Weather Geeks during the Indians game, you're crazy. So we'll get this online a little bit earlier than usual. We've got a lot to talk about. Did you catch Jess on the Weather Channel this morning? Check out her social media page or her Twitter feed if you want to check out the clip of Jess being interviewed by Jim Cantori on the Weather Channel up at Progressive Field this morning. Really cool for Jess. I know that was on her bucket list, and she said, Jim's a really great guy, and he is. I've met him once. I met him at the National Weather Association conference last month down in Norfolk, and he was really down to earth, really, really nice guy, and of course a fantastic meteorologist and big-time TV star. All right, we had some cool clouds overhead this afternoon with our precipitation pushing through these technically called asperatus undulatus clouds, thanks to Josh, who got this picture in Boardman. Saw a lot of pictures from all over the valley of these types of clouds today, generally formed when there's a lot of turbulence up there at the cloud level, a lot of up and down motion. You sometimes get these kinds of clouds. These are fairly common in warm advection, which is what we have going on right now, especially upstairs in the atmosphere. There's warmer air pushing into the region, again, particularly aloft, and as a result, we got those clouds. All right, temperatures today, a little bit of a bust for the second day in a row on the forecast. Yesterday we were too cool, today we were too warm. It only hit 43 this afternoon, way below average and 4 degrees below our forecast, and this made it the coolest day since the first half of April. It's been over 6 months since we've had a day this cool. We started at a frosty 29 this morning. 43 the high locally, 50 New Philly, 48 Pittsburgh, and only 48 up in Cleveland. So we took the prize for the coolest spot around the region today. All right, let's zoom in and take a look at what the radar was doing when I recorded this at about 6:38 this evening. Still a little bit of late rain up in northern Trumbull, northern Mercer. Now, we had some sleet pellets, or more appropriately, grapple mixed in with the rain earlier on. A lot of dry air in the lowest couple of thousand feet of the atmosphere. This rain falling into that drier air can start mixing with ice pellets because of the evaporation that takes place. As the rain falls into that drier air, you can get a cooling of the air surrounding the raindrops, and a little bit of ice can form on those raindrops. We can sometimes pick out precipitation types using something called correlation coefficient on modern dual pool radars. Just plain old rain or plain old snow usually shows up as just kind of a dark red or almost maroon color on this product. Where you start getting different types of colors, some yellows mixed in, sometimes that means that you have different types of precipitation being picked up by the radar. And so still this evening in northern Mercer County and parts of northern Trumbull, we might be seeing some little ice pellets dinging windshields in the northern part of our viewing area. All right, for the Indians game this evening, we're going to spend most of the evening in dry weather. Now, can there be a little bit of rain or some drizzle trying to form in this dry slot? Yes, but it won't be enough to cause any sort of delays up at the game this evening. This steadier rain should hold off until about 10 o'clock or so. I'm going to show you the high-res model in a second. As long as it's a standard 9-inning game that lasts 3.5 hours, we should be mostly okay. Now, if the game, like last night, runs up to 3 hours, 45 minutes, or goes to extra innings, you start increasing the chances of steadier rain as we go deeper into the evening. Here's our high-res futurecast. I'll pause this right around 10 o'clock. Again, the rain pushing back into Cleveland right around then. Pretty light. They could probably play through this. There is a concern, though, if they're still trying to play baseball at 11 o'clock or so, the rain could be a little bit steadier, a little bit heavier. As we go through the overnight, our steadiest rain occurs from about 2 o'clock onwards, and it'll be a damp start to your Thursday. There's going to be some rain around in the morning, and then some hit-or-miss showers for the rest of the day. Here's how we've broken down the rain chances hour by hour on Thursday. Highest chances first thing in the morning, and nothing more than really spotty showers as we get into the afternoon. One thing we'll notice tomorrow as we get into the afternoon, not only will there be a shower in spots, but as we get behind this front, we're going to start cold advecting, colder air pushing in, and after a midday high in the mid-50s, temperatures will start to fall again during the afternoon. A pretty raw end of the day tomorrow. We're going to hang on to the clouds into Friday morning, but I think Friday afternoon turns out pretty nice. Those clouds should go away. See some sunshine. Good day to rake the leaves on Friday. With light winds and some dry weather for the afternoon. Now, I think you can get in your ranking on Saturday as well. By the way, Friday night in Chicago for Game 3 should be fine. No weather problems there. It'll be cooler in Chicago for Game 4 Saturday evening. Back here at home on Saturday, it's going to be breezy, and there might be a shower in this warm sector, but otherwise, good day to rake the leaves, take care of things outdoors, because in this southwest flow, screaming southwest flow, we should get well into the 60s on Saturday. Rain between now and Friday, our modeling clustered right around 1/4 of an inch. Some modeling, including the RPM, closer to 1/2 an inch. I kind of like about 1/3 of an inch to 1/2 an inch on average as far as the rainfall goes through tomorrow night and Friday. But we won't be shoveling it, unlike our friends in the higher terrain in parts of eastern New York State, up into the Berkshires, the Green and White Mountains up in New England. This will be enough to shovel and plow for our friends over there. All right, let's talk temperatures as we head towards Halloween and early next week. Look at what the modeling is doing here. This is Monday, Halloween, showing a 63 on the European model. I actually still have temperatures in the upper 50s on Monday in the forecast. Might have to give it a little nudge, but nonetheless, it's going to be above average. And then Tuesday looks like our warmest day. I have 70. Model shows 73. Might have to keep taking the forecast up. And then as we go towards the second half of next week, we should retreat back to a more typical early November pattern. I do think that we're in for a pattern change during the second half of November, maybe just in time for Thanksgiving. Should be a colder, perhaps stormier pattern. And my winter forecast, which I'm going to put out next week, features a much, much different December than last year, which featured record warmth. And so for more details on what December, January, and February will hold in terms of snow and cold and temperatures overall, check out my winter forecast online and on air next week. All right, go Tribe tonight. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 11. Have a great Wednesday night.